Hello! Can everyone hear me? I hope everyone can hear me. I'm just trying to get live on get live on my Facebook as well. I'm running into a little bit of issue with that. So hopefully we can get this going really quick. Don't you just say that when you have problems and you trying to get into an account and you thought you remembered the password, but apparently you don't. We may be in business very soon. This is great. Hi. Hi, Liz. We got Liz in the chat here. That's lovely. Hi, Marshall. Thank you. Okay, we may be in business very soon. Yes, you can use my camera. Yay. I do not want to do screen share. Oh my goodness. Like, there we go. Going live now. Okay. So I'm officially live. both on Facebook and YouTube. Yay! Okay, guys, so it is my birthday. I turned 40 today. And so, as promised, I am doing a live version of my show. And I'm so happy to be there. If you are new here, this is the officially unofficial Geek. And I am, I do pop culture reviews. Um, I do mostly comic book reviews, actually. And actually, I have two that I'm going to review for you guys tonight. But I was just wondering, like, um, how's everyone doing this evening? I know Liz is in the chat here on YouTube. Hi, Liz. And Marshall's there too. Um, let's see here. I don't see anyone. Why am I trying to use? I'm trying to use my mouse to operate the other camera. That's really funny. Yay! So, all right. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. If you guys want to participate in a chat, please go to the YouTube channel and you're going to go to the channel officially unofficial geek and there is a live chat there right now currently. Liz is only in there, but if you join, I'm sure she'd be willing to speak with you as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive right into this. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do the comic review of both of the comics that I've read so far. I've had kind of a busy week, guys, and I just read two of my comics. I know, bad Carrie, bad Geek, but the two that I read are really great. They're really great. I decided to go ahead and pick the Fear State tie-ins for the Batman Gotham titles. And what we have here this week is we're going to be doing Batman Detective Comics number 1043 and Harley Quinn number 7. And that's that lovely variant cover that our comic book guy, Neil from Clyde's Comics, got for me. So let's go ahead and talk about Harley Quinn number 7. This is supposed to be a Fear State tie-in, and honestly, with the exception of a few little minor mechanics of it, is not really that much of a Fear State tie-in. Guys, I don't know about this, but I'm thinking that yes, we do have a couple months of these happening, but of titles going into this whole Fear State thing. But I'm thinking, why would you want to waste time with a side quest right now? Comics are money. These are expensive paper. Let's get into it. I just want to warn everyone, if anyone had any ideas that they were going to read Harley Quinn number 7, I'm warning you right now. I'm going to get kind of spoilery. Actually, I'm going to get real spoilery with you guys because I'm going to take the plastic off this. I'm going to let you guys see what I'm seeing, and we'll get into it here. So this is the cover. Get it for both cameras here. They've been using this artist a lot on their Harley Quinn covers, so that's pretty cool. And I actually really do like this. One of the other artists I like is Jennifer Frizen. But this is definitely one of the ones that I really do like, and it's happened a lot in this. Yeah, I know. I really love it. Here's the thing with Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is one of my favorite characters. And the problem with this is that I'm not necessarily too horribly keen on the art in the inside of the book, not in the cover. The cover is lovely. I love it. but the art on the inside is kind of a little bit overly comical, overly like I mean, I'm not looking for hyper realism here or anything like that, but I am looking, and I'm trying to find a really good representation of Harley here to show you guys. Really good picture of Harley. Okay, so right here we have Harley Quinn. So you guys can get kind of the idea of what I'm looking at with the artist. And this is Riley Rosmo doing the art in this book, and has been doing the art in Harley Quinn for a while, actually. Um, he was doing the art as well in the previous the previous titles of Harley Quinn. Um, as far as I know, at least as far back as the Joker War, and we'll get into a little bit more of the Joker War later, which is a trade that I'm going to talk about tonight. So, in this story, let's take it back a little bit. If you are not familiar with Fear State, Fear State is a event, and a lot of Batman fans, especially comic book fans in general, like are not into the events anymore because there are so many. Um, but since I'm kind of still a little bit new right now, they're not as bad for me. I'm still kind of excited by them, but I can imagine after having so many how somebody would not be as excited by the event. Now, this is the first official Harley Quinn issue as part of the event. So something that's been happening is that we have DC is kind of introducing the Scarecrow character as a major villain. Yes, he's been in things before, but this is when it's really bringing him front and center. So Dr. Crane is trying to scare most, if not all, of Gotham without using hardly any fear toxin, and so far he's succeeding. And it's kind of interesting to see how he's going about doing this. Now, Harley is involved in this because as of right now, Harley Quinn is part of the Bat family, which means she follows and she fights with on the side of Batman in the Bat family, hence the name. So it's not just a clever name. So she is right now kind of got a lot on her plate. She is channeling her her psychologist side, and she has started a support group for former henchmen of the Joker. And through this, she has one of her best friends now is Kevin. Kevin is a former henchman of the Joker and is trying to do good things now. And he's really sweet and he's really nice. And he's like basically Harley's really good friend, best friend, you know, her sidekick. Um, so the last that we saw Harley before this issue, which is the Harley Quinn #7 issue, um, the last we saw Harley was a image in Catwoman's most recent issue, which was out last week, where basically we're indicating that her and this other lady that are on the cover, the gardener Bella, are headed to Alleytown, which is a kind of like if you want to compare Gotham to New York, Alleytown would be like going to the Bronx. Okay. Um, so they are headed to Alleytown to help out Alleytown and everything against everything that's going on. And it's really just kind of long and drawn out. And if you're really interested, start watching my weekly videos because I am knee deep in this whole storyline. So the last we saw Harley before Harley Quinn number 7 was her and Bella were on their way to Alleytown, one, to find part of Poison Ivy, and two, to help out. Okay. So Poison Ivy has kind of divided. Some previous storylines had the fact that Poison Ivy is kind of divided parts of her personality. And right now, the one referring to herself as Queen Ivy is ruling the Gotham Underground, and she's kind of angry, and she's kind of sad and angry and upset. So she's kind of a little bit little. We'll just go with angry. We'll just say with angry. She's hurt and she's angry. Um, so Harley and Bella, the gardener, are on their way to find the part of Poison Ivy that is a little bit gentler, and trying to bring them together to kind of help Queen Ivy heal. Um, so that was where we last saw Harley before this issue. Now, when we go and we take Harley to her own issue, Harley is taking a camping trip. She's on a camping trip, which is completely, it's fine. Harley Quinn can take a camping trip. It's okay. Except for the fact that we just saw her on her way to Alleytown. Why is she all of a sudden taking a camping trip? And you know what I think it is, guys? What I think it is because of paper shortages and release schedules and everything like that. I think what happened is we were supposed to, it would have made more sense if we had read this issue and then Catwoman. That's my feelings on this. I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell me if you've read it, if you agree. Because by the end of the issue, Bella arrives and tells Harley that that she found that part of Ivy that they're searching for. Which would make sense at that point that they would be headed towards Alleytown. But basically what this does is Harley is camping and most of the time searching for a lost dog. I'm not joking with you guys. She's most of the time searching for a lost dog, which she finds, by the way. She finds, spoiler alert, she finds the dog. Almost dies in the process, but she finds the dog and reunites the dog with their owner. Happy, happy joy. Now, why is this upsetting? Why is this not really one of the best comics I've read in a while? Well, for the fact that we are entering into a event, we are not entering into an event. We are in an event, and they are taking time to have Harley go on a camping trip. It's weird. It's weird. It is, yes, Liz, it is a cute dog. It is like a little pug. And the pug ends up being in a cave. Harley finds the pug in a cave and also finds a bear. So it's yeah, like, so when I say that Harley almost got killed going after the dog, it's true. She almost gets killed by a bear. She gets chased a good while and somehow gets away. Well, actually, she almost falls off a cliff, and Bella comes and helps her. So now I think maybe next month we are going to be on track. I'm going to assume we're going to be on track, and we are going to be watching Harley find her Poison Ivy, which is, we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this. It's been building up all this time. Harley has to see her Pamela. Okay. And we've been waiting. We've been waiting. Yeah, it is. It was a weird story, Liz, to just be like right in the middle of everything going on. Like, there's a lot of like crazy shit happening in Gotham, and for her to just be like, okay, so my self-help group is going to go and take a camping trip um, in the middle of nothing, in the middle of the Scarecrow taking over Gotham. So the other comic I'm prepared to talk about tonight is a little bit more on track with Fear State here, guys. Okay, like, all right, here we go. Batman Detective Comics. And showed that to you guys here. 1043. 1043. A little bit more on track with the current climate of Gotham. So this is written by Tamaki, art done by Mora, and colors by Jordi Belair. Now this one, that's what I'm talking about right here. Okay, there's some stuff here. Okay, so first off, so for those of you that are new, that's Batman. Okay, that is the mayor of Gotham. Okay. And the mayor of Gotham ends up in quite the pickle. So part of this whole situation involving Fear State is that the mayor of Gotham has no trust in the masks, which basically is the vigilantes. So we've got Batman, Nightwing, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, um, oh gosh, Jason Todd, Redwood. Jason Todd is Red Hood. Huntress. The Gotham community, he does not want the vigilantes doing things, and he has hired this force called the Magistrate to kind of it's a private company to police the streets of Gotham alongside. It's supposed to be alongside Gotham Police Department. It's not necessarily working out that way, but that's what's going on. So in this issue, the mayor is stating his concerns with the magistrate program up to this time, which he has valid concerns. Things are not necessarily going right with the whole situation. We have the main face of the peacekeepers, which is the magistrate force, is under the influence of a highly potent fear toxin. That's one of the people that Scarecrow did give the fear toxin to, which would be this guy that's like this, turbo RoboCop type soldier. Our police officer, though I would not want to compare him to RoboCop at all because he's still kind of like bumbling and stuff. Um, so you have this guy that's basically running around Gotham right now thinking that everything is either zombies or out to get him or out to get people, and he has to protect the people of Gotham. So in a previous issue in Batman, you see him basically he is freaking out and he has killed a whole bunch of people around him. He's very dangerous at this point because he thought that they were like zombie type things. You could see kind of what he was seeing, and it was bad. So the mayor is expressing in this issue his problems with the magistrate and how they're kind of bumbling things up right now. And the owner, the leader of the magistrate, Simon Saint, it starts arguing with him. And eventually the mayor's like, you know what? Here's the thing. We're going to go and we're going to table this for now. And we're going to deal with everything that's going on. And then we're going to look at everything later. Okay. So, when the mayor is about ready to leave, somebody comes and starts shooting at the mayor. And the mayor is like ducking and everything like that. And he's doing his thing. And trying to get away, but it doesn't work. He ends up outside the building. He gets he gets people like trying to kidnap him. Well, the magistrate forces are kind of bumbling around and they don't know exactly what's going on, and they're like, oh god, something's happened in the mirror, like we should do something, like oh, but then they don't do anything. They just basically talk about doing something. While in the meantime, Batman is actually doing something. Batman has come upon the scene, and Batman starts beating the crap out of one of these guys trying to take the mayor. Thanks, Batman. Thanks. And so there's some really great art in this book. Let me tell you, it is Dan Mora is really like showing off in a good way in this book, because there's a moment where the mayor's been taken in a black van and Batman still got one of these guys, right? And you like literally, it's one of those situations where I love when comics do this, guys. I love when comics do this, where you turn a page and it's like kablammy right in your fucking face, okay? And you see this. Holy shit. Okay? It's so great. So great. So basically what you're seeing here is, who do you work for? And he has got someone on the ground, just holding them on the ground in the middle of the rain. And it's just like seeing it here on the computer screen and kind of seeing like what you guys are seeing here. It doesn't even do it justice. It's just amazing. So what happens is Batman is like, well, screw this guy. And he starts following the van on the Batcycle. The Batcycle. Did I say Batcycle? Because that sounds like an icicle, like hanging from in the shape of a bat. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. It's not what I meant. So he's on the Batcycle, which you can buy a statue, like a figure of, and it looks really cool. And he's following at high speed, with the Batcycle, and I need a drink. Eventually, the van crashes. He's able to stop it by making it crash, and the mayor gets out and kind of like jumps down into the sewer system, which that's kind of like a little bit badass there. Like, just, I'm the mayor and I'm just going to jump down into the sewer system to avoid who is trying to kill me right now. Okay? I'm going to have, you know what? I'm going to have to hand it to the mayor. He's a little crappy weirdo, but at least he's, using his surroundings. So basically what we have is we have Batman and the mayor of Gotham roaming around the sewer system underground, basically. Yeah. So we'll have to see where that takes us, because I'm sure okay, Liz, remember, Batcycle you can eat, Batcycle you ride. The Batcycle you can eat, the Batcycle you ride, and you look badass doing it. Okay, but the thing is here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. The standout of this entire issue isn't even the Detective Comics story, because no, don't stick a fork in it yet, because we have a second tale called The Road to Task Force Z. Guys, this is something coming. This is something coming that's going to be great. Do you like Batman? Do you like zombies? Zombies. Do you like Bane as and think of Bane as a zombie? Mm-hmm. It's coming, guys. And here's the thing. It's going to be starring my comic book boyfriend. If you watch the show, if you watched my videos at all, you know about my comic book boyfriend. My comic book boyfriend is Jason Todd, one Red Hood, my comic book boyfriend. And if you know anything about Jason Todd, you know that he was once a Robin. Now, why is he not Robin anymore? Well, it's because he died. He was killed by the Joker in Death in the Family, and he came back to life. Came back and he became Red Hood. Well, at first he was a bad guy, and then he became a not so bad guy, an anti-hero, and now he is going to be involved in this story that's going to be starting soon called Task Force Z. Now, Task Force Z, if you're thinking, wow, have I heard something like that before? Yes, you may have heard something like that before, except for you probably heard Task Force X, which would also be, survey says, the Suicide Squad. So, what is going on with Task Force Z? Well, here's the deal. Bodies are being removed from the morgues. Quite possibly, people are reanimating and coming up from the graves. If you read last week's Batman issue, it's a possibility. They do kind of throw something a little bit in there to kind of make you think, is this about Task Force Z? But I am personally, you know what, I'm down. I'm down. Give me a good zombie story, a zombie team being led by Mr. Zombie himself, my comic boyfriend, Jason Todd. Jason Todd, yes. Mm, water, yum. So basically, what's happening here is we're having the conclusion to this little set of mini stories where Jason Todd is now becoming the leader of Task Force Z, which is basically he is going to, if my understanding is correct, he is going to be leading a bunch of zombies. Like there's actually like a really cool, I'm going to show it to you guys, even though it's technically not part of the main story. So this is the final page. So this here, right here, this is Jason Todd, and this is dead people. People that are dead. Well, they should be. Jason Todd, all the dead people. I had to show it off to both cameras. Woo! All the dead people, and all of them going to be with Jason Todd. So those are the two comics that I read so far this week. I have plenty others to read. Wow, work is stressful. Okay. Anyways, so what else do I want to do with you guys here? Okay, so like Liz is here. You know what's really cool is some of the news that's come out recently is Russell T Davies is coming back to Doctor Who. Holy shit, guys. Russell T Davies is coming back to Doctor Who. Now, if you're not into Doctor Who, but you know a little bit, you're going to find out that Russell T Davies is the man. He's the man. He's the man that brought this all back to us in 2005 from a hiatus that had started back in the mid 90s after the failure of the Americanized movie starring Paul McGann as the Doctor. So those first episodes that you see are written by Russell T Davies, such as Rose, is the first episode of the 2005 reboot of Doctor Who, starring the number 9 Doctor, Chris Eccleston, and Billie Piper as Rose. That's all where it all started here, okay? Russell T Davies was the head show writer of Doctor Who all throughout, obviously, that season of Chris Eccleston, and also throughout the tenure of David Tennant being the Doctor. At that point, after David Tennant vacated the Doctor position, yes, it is Ray's favorite Doctor. Number 9 is Ray's favorite Doctor. Then when Chris Eccleston vacates, David Tennant comes in, and then when David Tennant vacates the Doctor role, which is my favorite Doctor, Matt Smith comes in, and also a new showrunner, which would be Stephen Moffat. Now, Matt Smith is Liz's favorite Doctor, if I remember correctly. Liz in the chat, her first Doctor was Matt Smith, and I am actually the person that introduced her to the Doctor. I end up like introducing a lot of people to the Doctor. Like, it happens. I get really into this. It's like my boyfriend with Star Wars. Like, my thing is Doctor Who. Completely. My thing is Doctor Who. And that's something that I'm really excited about because I only wish that he was writing some of the Jodie Whittaker episodes. That would have been really great. So let's see here. One of the other things I want to talk to you guys about is a couple of my favorite. So let's go ahead and we're going to talk about some of my favorite trades that I've read this year. Now, trades for comics is basically a collected edition of a story arc or an event or, that kind of thing, or a run of a comic book character and story written by a particular person, usually. It can be gathered into a trade. You have trade paperbacks and you also have hardcovers. I love getting the DC hardcovers because, guys, the art on those covers, pretty cool. So I want to talk to you about a couple of my favorite trades that I've read this year. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is the Joker War Saga. This is the hardback cover. Here's the back here. And just to let you know, like, some of this art is just, I'm going to show you what everything looks like. So we have the cover here, and then we have that front flap, right? And the back flap is basically just kind of like a continuation of the image on the back. So you can see that. But what is on the actual hardcover is pretty awesome. Okay, so in the Joker War, you have the Joker has taken a new girlfriend. Her name is Punchline. Harley Quinn has been done with the Joker for quite some time, but basically, Joker. Let's try to nutshell this. The Joker takes over Gotham with his henchmen and Punchline, and takes over the Wayne fortune. Basically, steals the entire Wayne fortune from Bruce Wayne. Yeah, okay, so guys, Bruce Wayne is not rich anymore. He's not rich anymore. It happened. He's still kind of okay, let's be real here, okay? Bruce Wayne is not hurting for money, okay? But Bruce Wayne is not rich anymore. But here is the cover. This is Punchline. This is the Joker's new lady. and that's on the front cover of the without the dust cover. And here is the back. So it's really cool. It's like they're like facing each other, and yeah, there's Harley. So some really awesome moments in here, especially just more how do I it just kind of more solidifies. There we go. That's the word. Solidifies. I think it's a word. I think it's a word. Um, the end of the relationship basically between Harley and the Joker. I mean, there's quite a few points in it where that Harley is never going back to the Joker. She is done. Joker's moved on, kinda, kinda. But basically, the Joker has stolen all of Bruce Wayne's money practically, and now is wreaking havoc and destroying Gotham and making everyone crazy in the process, like the Joker does. Because it's the Joker. It's the Joker. It happens. Um, but I really love this book. Just like basically, it collects um, 95 issues, Batman 95 through 100, plus tie-in stories from the pages of Batgirl, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Nightwing, Detective Comics, and an exclusive to this collection, the Batman Joker Warzone special. And I love it. It's really great. Um, at one point, you have basically like every. Let me see if I can find it. At one point, you have the Joker like refashioning a Batman a bat suit so that it's like a Joker suit. Oh my god. Yeah, so like see if I can show you. Yeah, so that's where the Joker is refashioning a Batman a bat suit to look like a Joker suit. Um so standout moment in Joker War is basically one of the reasons why it is so important to me is because Harley Quinn is, if you've listened to me talk about comics, Harley Quinn is one of my favorite characters ever, because of everything that she's done and the arc that her character has taken, and just it's amazing. She has a moment not too far into the whole Joker War saga where she meets up with, and she's face to face with Punchline, and they fight. They have this epic fight, and at the end, Punchline goes and cuts her throat, but it's okay. Harley's okay. Harley goes and stitches herself back up. She does it herself. She does it herself. She stitches herself back up, and then pulls her shit together enough to get Batman to pull his shit together, because Batman's freaking out because Joker, drugged him and everything. Well, Punchline drugged him. But she then helps get Batman his head on straight and continues to kick ass another day. She stitches her own neck up. Her own, yeah, it's yeah. She's like, just a little bit further down, and it would have been like, curtains, Harley, curtains. So like, yeah, she legit stitches her own neck up. It's crazy. I'm trying to find it and show it to you guys here. But and you can see the artist that, yeah, here we are. Let me just find it. So right there, like you can see the neck, and she's got like blood-stained teeth and everything like that, and she's stitched her own neck up because she's Harley Quinn. Yeah, right. Like, yeah, Liz is talking about how that's some good stitching. Yeah, you know what? It's one of those things where it's like you can think it's good stitching, but you just like, you know, I don't know. I don't know, but she does it. She does it, and she pulls it off, and then she's just like, okay, so I gotta help Batman get himself together, and she succeeds. Oh, and by the way, while Batman is still kind of tripping, one of the ways that she can get Batman to kind of come back, she has to give him something, and so Batman starts tripping, and because she's like, oh, so if I recall correctly, like she's just like, oh yeah, that's how it works. If you're seeing things now that shouldn't be there, yes, we know it's working now. This is good. um yeah, she's pulling Batman together, right? She's trying to get him over what the Joker and Punchline did to him, and um she's just like, okay, yeah, he's tripping balls, and then Punchline has followed them to where they are. So while Batman's tripping balls, she has to fight Punchline again. Now, bear in mind, keep in mind here, keep in mind, she just stitched her neck up. She just stitched her neck up. She just did that. And she's fighting again while trying to get Batman to, come back to the land of reality here, because Batman has been tripping balls in some way or another for a while. For a while. And Harley Quinn is the unsung hero of the Bat family. It's like that person that is a little bit just a little bit to a lot crazy, right? But they always, in a crisis, keep their shit together way better than saner people, because it's like, oh, I've been to this rodeo. I stayed on 8 seconds and I won the trophy. Okay. So so she's there and she's just like, yep, okay, so we're gonna pull this shit together, guys, and we're gonna do our thing. So the other that's the Joker War. It's really entertaining reading. It's fun to read, and I can recommend it. The other one I'm going to talk to you about that is still, oh god, guys, you know what? I love Harley. um Harley is, like some collectors want to collect keys, and yes, I try to do that, and I try to look into that. But one of the things that I really um, center my collection in right now, especially in the beginning of my collection, is issues and different things of Harley Quinn, because it's something I love, and I can enjoy looking and hunting down these items and collecting them. So Harleen is written by, and I'm going to mispronounce this, I'm sure. It's written and the art is done by Stefan Sejic. We're going to guess that that's what it is. And he did this beautiful art right here. In the back here it is. Yeah. So this is an origin story, retelling of Harley Quinn's origin story. You start off with Harley is newly graduated doctor of psychology. And she is, still at this point, she's Dr. Harleen Quinzel, and she is getting funding and getting set up at, she wants to test a theory involving criminal behavior. So she is getting set up with access to Arkham Asylum, which is obviously where she ends up meeting the Joker. Except she, in this retelling of her origin, actually meets the Joker when she's kind of being held up by him. He is kind of I don't want to say he's attacking her. He doesn't actually attack her because um, he doesn't actually ever touch her. But she is kind of held up here by the Joker and his gang, and is doing her. That's in the middle of her working with Arkham Asylum. He gets captured and he gets brought to Arkham Asylum, and he uh, ends up meeting her, and then their relationship blossoms from there. Now, some of this art is just absolutely fantastic, and it's not just Harley, or not just the Joker that Harley meets in this book, but you also have the plants of her first meetings of Poison Ivy, which is, in my opinion, Poison Ivy is Harley Quinn's one true love. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. Harley Quinn and Ivy forever. But you got like just some of the best freaking art in this thing. Like, this is the Joker right here. Let me try and open it a little bit more. Versus Batman. Yeah, so like this is some amazing stuff. Like, I'm trying to, there we go. Yeah, with the other camera. All right. Um, of the origin of Harley Quinn. Um, I want to show you like the basically one of the last images that you see before you see all like the extra stuff. So you have, that's the end of the story right there, where she's in her jester costume. So really great, really awesome retelling of her origin story, which I don't think actually, like, you know what, I give me another one, give me a few. I don't mind, because if you can give me something original, maybe an original take of it, I don't mind. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to show you guys, I bought some stuff for my birthday because it's my birthday. I bought myself stuff. So of course it's comic related, and it is inside. I'm gonna back up here a little bit. It is inside this really nifty comic storage box. We picked the Batman, and then there's like the signal on top there. Now I'm gonna try to not look at, because Joe bought me a birthday gift today, and it's in here in plastic, and I'm trying not to look at it right away because I want to do it last. But I wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that I got as part of my birthday haul. All right. Okay, so a lot of people have been talking about this. It's Primordial. Number one, it's a new series, so I picked that up. It's not a part of my normal pull, and I went ahead and got it. So this is basically, remember back in the beginning of the space race, the race to be the ones to get to the moon between Russia and the United States. Well, remember how they sent up all the animals and supposedly they died? Well, this is to do with that. And what, so, like, what happened. or what may have happened or what could have happened. Um, so we have that to read. That's going to be really cool. We got the most recent issue of The Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I actually participated in a auction where I got the other the other issues of this and some variants. But this is the most recent issue. I still have to catch up and read all of them, and hopefully I can catch up soon during my vacation, which has just started. I'm off work for a week, and it's amazing. Um, so a trade that I picked up for myself, obviously, Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's Little Black Book. This is kind of when Harley is, taking the whole, it says basically at the back, I'll just read it to you. One bad girl, a bajillion good guys. Yay, vacation. She's the psychopathic psychotherapist with a heart of gold, a mind for mayhem, and a bod for trouble. Now she's uniting with the greatest heroes in the DC universe in her very own team up title. Isn't it amazing? Now, supposedly in this, she hooks up with a character named Lobo. So I'm going to have to check that out because Lobo is wild. So Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Zatanna, Lobo, and another Harley Quinn. What? Another Harley Quinn. So it says, with the Joker firmly in her rear view mirror, Harley has become an anti-hero like no other. But sometimes she runs into threats too, threatening for any one person to beat. Okay. So that's when she turns to a who's who of the biggest, baddest, and most bodacious heroes in the whole universe. So I can't wait. I can't wait to read some like Harley Quinn team ups with Wonder Woman because that's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be added to the very, very large to be read pile. Hopefully, I can make a huge dent in it next week. So I also got 2 single collection issues from a local comic book shop, Top Cut Comics here in Rockford. On let's see here, I got a variant cover, Batman number 92. This is like right before the Joker War. Here is a variant cover that has Punchline, actually. And it's pretty freaking awesome. And the other one I have is Batman 100. Now this is the last Batman issue of the Joker War. So this is pretty awesome. It's a really cool variant cover. And by variant, basically what that means is it's not the main cover. It's an artist basically going out there and like, oh, I'm going to make this. I have the hiccups now. I'm going to make this cover based on of the story or a character, and it's just going to be extra really cool high art kind of thing. So those are 2 really cool variant covers. It just basically means it's a cover outside of the main cover. Now, I have one more thing to look at before I let you guys go. I think I've had you guys for enough here. It's almost an hour. I have a birthday present from my boyfriend. He is watching in another room. And I'm just wondering if he wants to come in here and watch off camera. So he's definitely probably seeing this right now. So he's either going to answer me. Okay, he's going to be here in a second. Okay. So anybody that's in the chat or here watching, like, I know I heard you. There's a delay. So he thinks that I'm being impatient. There's a delay, so he thinks I'm being impatient. Yes, I know you're coming. Okay, so he is off camera and he is going to stay off camera. Oh, Liz says, hi, Joe. He says he's waving at you. He's waving at you. So, okay. So, can I tell them how you got this?
Sure.
Okay, you're fine with that. So, really good news. Joe started a new job at the comic shop, and he got this today while he was working. And I'm really excited because it's gonna be comic or game related, and so it's gonna be really cool. So it is still in a bag. So let me see here. I'm opening it now. So drum roll. Yay! Oh my god, this is the one I wanted. This is what I wanted. Thank you, sweetie. It is a figure of guess who? Harley Quinn. And it's done in the art style of Amanda Connor. Amanda Connor and her husband, uh, Jimmy Palamonte, are really famous for Harley Quinn. Rid of the Joker and doing the things that she's doing now. They're responsible for, Harley Quinn is the anti-hero that I love. And oh my god, here it is. This is so cool. She's going to go on the bookcase behind you here. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. This is so awesome. I love it. I love it. Hi. Oh, Kaylee's here next to me. My Kaylee girl. Hi. Okay, so I have the box. Cats love boxes. You want to come here? No? Is there a possibility that we have a cat that wants to join the live chat here? Do you want to come here? And she wants to reach inside the box. That's what like the box has handles, so she wants to reach inside the box. And she can get pets. She's a little shy when it comes to the camera, but every once in a while, River's face will end up in my videos. So like his face or maybe like his tail, but she's just like I'm gonna try to poke in my little paw in this little slot here. Hi, sweet girl, my baby girl. Yeah. So you want to come up here? Hey, River, do you want to come here? River's in the room as well now. They are like I said, they're kind of shy when it comes to being on camera. Yeah, in fact, Kaylee just jumped and ran away. Um, Hi, River. Okay, so that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. I'm really excited that you guys joined me today for my birthday. It's pretty awesome. Thank you. I am, yes, 40. Yes, I am, I guess you would call middle aged now. I am 10 years at least from being able to get those sweet AARP deals. But I'm gonna hold out for those and see what we can get with those, and maybe I can get some early bird breakfasts, and maybe I'll make it to 65. Who knows? Who knows? That could be fun. That could be fun. Maybe I'll retire someday. Maybe. Yeah, but guys, I get a whole week off. I'm going to be catching up on all of my reading, hopefully, and it's going to be great. And thank you for coming, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you guys go now because it's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go read. Yeah, because you know what? Life sucks by a book, and that's what I say. This has been the officially unofficial geek live, and I promise next time I do this, guys, I will be better at it. I hope. I hope. But thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. You guys take care of yourselves and be happy and read lots because reading's fun. Bye.